Okay, so the Pack and Go feature allows you to concentrate all the scene into one folder that then can be transferred to another computer and to be rendered or to continue to work on. Um, the material this is for replacing materials with other materials, but basically you won't need to use it. Just put Maxwell material on the objects and you don't need to use this part. It's not recommended, especially for Rhino. For other apps maybe. And now we have the render elements or buffers, they're called. And the first one, of course, is diffuse. Uh, and we have here above the diffuse the option of separate or embedded. And this regards mainly the alpha channel. And if we put the embedded and checkmark the alpha, then it's going to cut the alpha out of the diffuse, saving us time to do it in Photoshop. So if you want to replace the sky in Photoshop, do the embed option, choose the embed option, and you won't have to do the operation in Photoshop. It's much recommended. Now, the other buffers are ZDEPs. Well, ZDEPs is basically it allows you to have a half 2.5D operations, like lens blur or post effects of lens blur, or maybe doing some fog. But it's not something you usually use for non-professional work. It's not really useful. It's too much work to use it. Shadow again is something you probably won't use. You will use definitely the materials and object ID. And material object ID are maps that shows by default coloration the different materials or different objects in the scene, allowing you to select them later in Photoshop and doing some manipulation either on them or just masking them, allowing you to put things behind them, to change them in any way. And it's very, very, very useful. Okay, the rest of the things here are not really usable for unprofessional, or some of them are only for animation, for example, and they're not necessary for you. Fresnel, well, Fresnel you can use, well, yeah, Fresnel have some usage. And what you can see here, because they put the buffers as 16-bit, I decided, okay, this time I'm going to use the image as 16-bit as well. It's for me, I usually would do it. For you, you can choose to do 8-bit or 16-bit as you like. 16-bit takes more place in the hard disk, but these days it's not so important. And the rest of the options are mainly simple render options. So there's no more things you need to change in the checklist. Last thing is the cache mesh. And if you are doing just lighting or material changes, it can be good to do the cache mesh. It will it might give you faster render times if you continue to do renders with only the change of material or lighting. Okay, and that's it.